Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In the name of God, most gracious, most merciful. This is the man of the Lord talking to you all from House of Wisdom, your Muslim truck driver, inspired by the House of Wisdom, just like we're going to be starting a lot of startups that change the world. And this is just one of them that's coming from there. So it's for truck drivers, by truck drivers under the Cobra Agent brand. So I already covered this, which is our mission statement, is to guide the ecosystem of trucking by creating an iconic organization that is made by truckers for truckers. This means if you're not part of the trucking industry, you can't be part of this organization. And I only say that, no disrespect, because my goal is to make truck drivers work as less as possible, spend home as much as possible. So if you have a license and you've been in the trucking industry there's a point for every year, and it just gives you seniority in the program. You're over there, you're working, you're a trainer, you've given your part, so automatically you're going to be increased. Anyway, the organization is for truck drivers. The truck drivers are the boss. If you're on the road, you are the boss. Everybody else is not the boss. You know what I'm saying? So what I hope to do is get rid of all job applications, all applications. You can move from one job to another job, and you never have to fill out anything. You can just talk to a human being. You know how people always mess with technology? Just talk to a human being. We have all your files. You want to switch a job? Fine. You don't like a company? Boom. Your ticket is ready. Your Uber is ready. As a matter of fact, if you really make it to the Cobra status, you don't even have to work at all. You'll be on a Cobra reserves where we just wait for things to break down, and you go on vacations. You go on vacations when something breaks down. You want to go from one destiny because if you already given your time, so you're going to be traveling. So if a truck, you do like a rescue for the truck. So you go to another city and then boom, you go on vacation. Now, when it comes to money, you'll never have to worry about weekly money, monthly money. Your whole money, 60, 70,000 will be put into escrow. You'll sign your contract. That's it. And so you'll be with us for life, period. You'll be part of the organization. So this is the ultimate dream of truck drivers, made for drivers by truck drivers. So everything will be under this same roof. So we told you about, we're working on the Cobra designations, where we will have different organizations, like it's going to be virtual reality, mixed reality. So everything on the shelf right now in the supermarket is going to be this virtual reality points where it's going to show Walmart, Target, Best Buy, doesn't matter. It will show who delivered that and if they're happy. Did they contribute to a driver buying a house? Or are they abusers of the industry? Do they cut corners? How are their products delivered? You know what I'm saying? Everything was delivered by a truck? Then who delivered it? And if they delivered it, are they better off? Basically, are you responsible in the ecosystem? You'll get a rating. So everything on the shelf is going to be rated, and people are going to buy from company who responsibly treat the ecosystem fairly. If you oppress people, all the complaints are going to be coming to the Cobra Agent. So all the product on a specific store will be banned, and people will not buy from there, because if they buy, there's something called brand currency idea, which I'll tell you about later. You can actually go to usmoneyplan.com, US Money Plan, that's usmoneyplan.com. So anyway, we are going to be coordinating with restaurants. So if within I'll start with the parking slips where we all park, Love's, Pilots, and all the other places we park. We park in the same places everywhere, especially, and we don't have a choice when our times run out. So what I hope to do is have dedicated truck cooking that goes out and meets truck drivers, and then they all order their food at the same time. It's delivered at the same time, because most of us, if you look at the software, we pretty much know exactly where we're going to be. There's some desert places where there's no food, there's no bathroom. So that will be covered automatically, no matter where the truck drivers are, whether there's going to be drone or restaurants or portable bathroom, it will be delivered. Anyway, the most important thing to come out for us is to secure maybe 500 or 600 and Tesla trucks immediately, because Tesla should be grateful to truck drivers. And the best way to be grateful to truck drivers is to give them those trucks. So I'm trying to hurry up with the Cobra agents, set up the website, set up everything, get YouTubers involved, because they need to understand there's a new sheriff in town. Obviously Elon Musk was using this to prop up his company. They were being attacked from all sides, and I made a point to him when he was doing this. That's not how you exit the truck, and I made a GF just to see how bad it was for him to exit the truck. It tells you what they don't know about the trucking industry. And I made a point to Elon Musk, this is not how truck drivers exit the truck. Obviously you're going to get hurt. I mean, if it wasn't for the blessing of God, I would have been hurt. So safety is very important. I sent that to Elon Musk. I told him this is how you exit the truck. You know what I'm saying? So we hope to secure a lot of trucks in terms of Tesla trucks. We also want to be part of the U.S. energy plan, where they're building electrical charge networks, so that those people who are in part of the ecosystem, who are treating the truck drivers good, who are securing these contracts, who are making truck drivers work less, make money, make more, we can secure those government contracts to build charging station for truckers, so that all the profits go back to this new system of salary, where you are not abused. You get paid 1 year in advance, and you get to change jobs as you like. If you want to work just for vacations, you work for vacation. You give us your time and your dedication when you have it, and when you're off, you're off. I like the Uber system model, where how you get paid. A lot of people advertise this nonsense, how you get paid $4,000 a week, without equipment, which is nonsense. Trust me, I've been here, and by the time you take out all your expenses, I was an owner operator. I worked for big. I started out with a beautiful company in Atlanta, a school where American Driving Force, and they had recruiters coming in there. It was incredible. And then I think a PTL recruiter came. I think I'll discuss it another time, and I'll just make a video for my story as a truck driver. But anyway, this is Daimler. I was working a dedicated account, in terms of delivering stuff. So it was absolutely beautiful. So anyway, one of the main things that we want to talk about is artificial intelligence that should take over the trucking. So as truck drivers, we should assist computers to take our jobs, in terms of we push a button, we sleep, and it drives through the long haul. And also small cars are, let's just say that, not allowed to drive in the truck lane. We're going to flip this over. It used to be no driving on the left lane, only small trucks. No, we're going to say this is artificial intelligence truck now. We can't afford to drive with small cars, so we have to be on the fast lane at all times. Also, I want to introduce new taxes and new licenses for all the states to generate revenue. So this means that all the self-driving cars will have to come our brand, because this brand is going to be owned by all truck drivers. And we're going to provide good jobs. Also, we're going to be paying the best taxes to the states. So we'll be working with. So all those people who think that they can just come and think that we're going to just lose our jobs, and it's just going to be like that. No. So this is one of the trucking kitchens that opens up with barbecue and everything. It's an incredible thing. It's for disasters, I think, where it's like an entire restaurant. So this is would be like the deserts and so forth. And yeah, so the truck drivers face a lot of challenges. And I wanted to begin to make these videos because at the end of the day, you know, we all face challenges. I think this video is from I was never, anyway, I was not successful in terms of getting out of that problem, as you know. I think I was in Michigan. Let me go back to that. I was in Michigan, and I was in Michigan, and I think I was driving for Celadon. You know, I became an owner operator, and boy, what a company that was, and how it turned out. Anyway, let me just go back to this Daimler thing, and I worked for them, and I was doing great. It was a night shift, unfortunately. Basically, I worked there. I was the best employee. But one thing about the German and companies, they are very selective in terms of making sure they have control, but they adapt to the challenges of the country. So if there's a culture of taking advantage of employees, then they'll just follow it. They will use the contracted system to distance themselves. So I have an incredible story where I worked for this company and I was doing great, on time, on reviews, you know, being thanked and everything, and then everything went to crap. Basically, I drove really hard one time. I wasn't able to sleep. You know, I drank some coffee, you know, let's just say that I'm involved with other projects in the world of politics. And you know, long story short, I did my job. When I came in the morning, I said, no, what, I won't be able to work tonight because I know I drank like really energy drinks. And I started at 9 p.m. and then I got off at maybe 1 p.m. You know, so by the time I go home and I come back, I won't be able to drive, you know. So I just gave them a notice if they could cover me. I didn't think it was a problem. You know, they had the people. Unfortunately, the company I was working for, they contracted the driver. So what Daimler does is they hire other drivers, they hire a different company, and then they contract the delivery thing. So we come to their warehouse, we use the trucks, you know, their employees arrange everything and then work with a contracting company. So they're not obligated. Anyway, either way, I'm working for Daimler. I'm taking their stuff, you know. So basically, this is what went down. Okay? I drove. After driving, I requested to be off. I don't know, I think the white guy got pissed off and he said, you know what, you're coming in. I said, no, I'm not coming in. I am not safe to drive. Anyway, he said, I'll see you, I think, in your shift or whatever. And then I made sure I called the safety department. It was a black guy. He said, oh, don't worry about it. I'll let him know. You know? He said, fine, wonderful. Then I went to sleep. The same safety guy calls me up again. He said, hey, bro, you know, you have to just go to work, you know? And then I said, oh, is that it? He said, yes, because he's black and the bosses are white. I'm not going to put the black guy in jeopardy. So I said, yeah, don't worry about it. I'll get to work. And then I called there's another black supervisor again who I work with who's been hired there. And we were good friends, so I thought he would cover me as well. But I think probably when there's this corporate culture of white folks who work there, if they decide they're going to do something, no one can stop them. It's like they push your options and then they don't know who they're dealing with. And a lot of people do this. They push me to the edge and they think that I'm just a nobody. You can push me around, you know. And this really goes to all those people who are coming, treating drivers really bad, especially Uber companies who are coming into they think they can just continue doing this. Anyway, I decided to go before my shift, okay? Before my shift. And complain to Daimler themselves. I called the manager of the facility. I told him this before I did that. I went to the guy. His name is Sydney. He's a black guy. I said, hey, what's going on? Why you can't cover me? He said, hey, you got to work tonight. Yeah, I got to work. Okay, fine. I told him that's fine. I spoke to him and then I left. I went straight to Daimler, start complaining to the customer. Boom. And then this guy who's refusing to he comes to me now, said, no, we'll cover your shift. Don't worry about it. Don't complain to the customer. Boom, boom, boom. As soon as you start complaining to the bosses, you get what you want. Anyway, I got a text message from the white boss. He said, well, you shouldn't have done that, man. You shouldn't have done that, man. Blah, 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 you know. Anyway, long story short, they terminated me. They didn't terminate. They just, I think they tried to terminate. No. I actually took it to another level where I asked for investigation, and I got a hold of because they tried to betray me. I have a strong Twitter presence, so I contacted their corporate headquarters in Germany, and I told them their story. And what they did was they just covered their back and ignored me. Basically, they replaced the secretary because I complained to them that they didn't have someone available. So they made sure they covered themselves. And then the second thing that they did was work with that company. And then the company called me and said, because you came and you worked with them and you spoke to corporate directly, we are going to be issuing trespassing charges. We're going to go to the police. It got so bad. I said, do whatever you're going to do. I went to the cops and I said, what are these people talking about? What are they talking about? They're going to do what exactly? Did they issue whatever? Did you give them whatever they're saying? Anyway, they looked into the system. They said that they did complain, but we denied their request. You know, they showed my text messages. We had some heated exchange in terms of that other guy named Sid telling him, you're betraying black people. And, you know, people actually died who stood up to safety. Anyway, I tried to sue these people. I contacted OSHA, and then OSHA opened an investigation, and then they just gave me the middle finger. I was going to sue them. Anyway, I didn't have money. And that's probably the thing. You don't have representation. You live paycheck to paycheck. And this is not the only person who's done this as well. Other companies do this. So if you're black, you know, just expect it to be screwed over. Anyway, this is a big industry. It needs representation. Billions of dollars in freights is moving, and it's time to be represented. So part of my idea of Cobra Agent is what? Services provided under Cobra Agent, contract negotiation for drivers, work less, everything in one roof with one human. So you will never apply to any company directly, because once I get money from investors and so forth, you will sign your yearly money, and then you will work within this organization where your goal is to work as less as possible, you know, and make as much as possible. But I will make sure that there's not going to be a negotiation on your fixed expenses, rent, you know, car insurance, everything that you need to live. It will be paid in advance for full a year. The rest of it, that depending on your working, your bonuses, and that's what we should be talking about. No truck driver should ever be on the road. Even if you decide to quit, you should have at least 3 months of package reserve you can initiate. Even if you leave this organization I'm creating, for 3 months. And from the Islamic perspective, it's called blood money or sweat money. If you work for someone for a long time, you accrue something of your life that you have put within them. So if you, I remember we used to have someone who used to work for my household, and when I'm from, obviously, I wasn't born in the United States of America, but I've been here since 2020. 2000 and then 2020. So 22 years. I've been here for 22, but before that, I came here when I was 20 years old. And anyway, basically, this person worked for us, used to cook and do all of that. And then one time he wanted to go, he requested his sweat money because he was sweating, he was working. So he was given a certain package that belongs to him so he can make a transition. Because if someone invests in you, works for you, represents you, and they say, okay, I don't want to work with you anymore. I don't want you to represent me anymore. I would like to initiate termination so I can go do whatever I want. They're entitled to some kind of package for them to leave. You know what I'm saying? So with that, I think I'm slowly beginning to cover all of this. Anyway, I will leave you with a gift. You can go to the US House Plan, ushouseplan.com. So you can see my plans for what I was involved in. Anyway, if you're a truck driver, obviously we all have a problem like I am. We'll be working on some things that I'm hoping to deal with. So there's a lot going on in the trucking industry, and I will be building this US truck plan, I call it, where my agency, Cobra Agency, will be one, and then if you have a YouTube channel or you have a brand, you can bring it in as well to do something, and then it will be a place of employment, advertisement, and many other things. So this is my first video coming back. I'll be uploading many other videos and talking about this. Yeah, leave a comment and let's discuss this. I will begin to unlock some of the other videos where I'm talking. You can see me as well. Thank you for tuning to Cobra Agent. This is Omar, Arizona Cobra Agent. Hopefully we will be talking and we will be meeting, and you will be part of this idea we have in changing the trucking industry. I think I will end it there. Thank you for tuning in. I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.